All right, hello everyone. Today we're going to be making Jack Scalfani's Carnivore pizza. So you're going to need a couple things for that. You're going to need Greek yogurt, not green yogurt. I don't know why the recipe said green yogurt, but Jack also thought it said green and spent some time in the grocery store looking for it. Anyway, the funniest shit about this is the Wegmans Greek yogurt. They had like 3 different options. They had 0% milk fat, 5% milk fat, and 10% milk fat. But if you get at like the Great Value brand at like Walmart, they don't give you an option for the milk fat. So I just got, 5% milk fat. I think that'll be good for that. You're gonna need some softened cream cheese, always Philadelphia cream cheese. You're gonna need some mozzarella cheese, some pepperoni. You can get them in the bigger, huge slices if you'd like. And you're gonna need quite a bit of Parmesan cheese. You're gonna need a little bit of butter. You're gonna need some Italian seasoning, and you're gonna need some hot Italian sausage. Now I did, the day I went, they were out of the ground Italian sausage, so I'm just gonna have to cut all these open and use this instead. So I got scissors for that, so we'll see how that goes. And you're gonna need 3 eggs. So the first thing you wanna do is, for the people who like to preheat their oven, we're gonna preheat it to 425. And we can do this now while we're making the recipe. We should be good to go. Now, if your oven has a broiler, you're gonna want the broiler for the later part of this, because we're gonna make the crust first and then we're gonna broil it. So I don't have a broiler on this one, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to turn that on here in a few minutes as well. But we're gonna get started with making the base. So take a mixing bowl, get, oh Christ, I already forgot the recipe. It's the cream cheese. So get that open. Hopefully I can get this open. There. These are not made to be opened with one hand. Hang on, I think I can use the scissors. Try this. Won't matter if I get a little cream cheese on this. It won't hurt nothing. Especially if I use it with the meat later. Come on. Alright, I got the cream cheese out finally. Let's throw that in the garbage. Oh, what else did I need? The cream cheese. Oh, we need to get half a cup of this yogurt. Let me see if I can't open the yogurt. Looks like, I hate that they don't have the pull things on them anymore. Or if they do, they're really, like, these are really hard to use. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, I got it today. Great. You know, I didn't look at the date. I had this stuff for a while. Let's make sure the date's still good. It smells fine. Where's the date? 6/6. Okay, great. I'm gonna actually take my spoon here real quick and stir it up a little bit. This is the water on top. I don't want that necessarily. Put that there. Let's get my half a cup. Might be a little bit more. This should be fine though. Dump that right in there. Yes, it was also the eggs. So I'm gonna break up the eggs in here. Son of a bitch. Get that. Where'd it go? I saw that eggshell. Come on. You're gonna end up mixing this with your hands anyway, so if you gotta grab some eggshells out of there, it's not a big deal. And as you can tell, I'm not the greatest with cracking these with one hand, so I gotta get another fucking egg. That was stupid of me. Alright, let me figure out how to do this a little bit better. If I get this closer to the garbage can, maybe that'll help out. My God, this is going so awful. Get these out of here. Is there any more eggshell in there? It'll just give us some extra flavor if I got another piece of eggshell. Alright, let's break this one. I'm hitting it too hard. Oop, piece of eggshell. I gotta go get one more egg out of the cooler. There we go. All right, hang on. All right, I grabbed a third egg out of the walk-in cooler, so I'm gonna try this. There we go. Slightly better, not good enough though. So we're gonna check through, see if there's any eggshells, which I don't see any eggshells, but we're gonna just dump this right in here. And now what you want to do is either get a spoon or a glove for your hands, and we're gonna mix it up really good. So let me wash my hands and put a glove on. All right, I got my glove on, so we're gonna try and mix all this up together really nice. I'm gonna smush it down, and then I'll probably get the spoon and go at it really good with the spoon too. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this recipe. Now, if it's a little thicker, it means your cream cheese wasn't softened enough, but that's okay if it's a little thicker and has some bubblies in it. It's not a huge deal for us. Make sure if you're gonna do it with your hand, make sure you squish your cream cheese down as you're doing it too. You could use a whisk, or I wouldn't use probably a mixer on this, but you could definitely use a spatula, which I have many up there, or you could use a spoon, which I have one over there. But it's funner if you mix it up a little bit with your hands. All right, let me get a spatula real quick. Put this over the garbage. If it's a little thick, that's all right. It's gonna melt down anyway. I still can't believe I cracked that egg so shitty. I like cream cheese, so this should be fine. I also like yogurt, so I shouldn't have too big of a deal with it, but I've never had yogurt crust pizza before. So Jack might be onto something. He said it's supposed to be really good, so we'll see if Jack is right. See if the spoon will work. At least this will give us plenty of time for our oven to get up to temperature, because I'm mixing this. I think that's about the best consistency I'm unfortunately going to get with it. Alright, we'll call it there. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is, so he has all these meme like cooking pans. I don't have one of those like skillets with the grill grates on it. But the recipe in his description calls for a cast iron pan. So I have a 12-inch, that's either a 10 or 12-inch cast iron pan here that I'm going to use. I think this one's the 12, and I have another that's a 9. This isn't technically my cast iron, I'm borrowing it from somebody else. But we're just gonna use a regular cast iron for it. First thing we wanna do is we wanna lube it up with a little bit of butter. So open up your butter. Put it in there. Take a paper towel over it and lube up your pan really good. If you have one of the meme, I might have to put this in the microwave. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this in the microwave real quick to soften it a little bit better. Hang on. About 30 seconds should do. I think that should be good. Ooh. Not exactly what I want. There, not exactly what I wanted to do, but I wasted a stick of butter on that. But we got our butter mixture together. We're gonna dump this right into the pan. Now if you want, you can get your spatula and try and spatula the rest of this out, but you don't have to. It's not a huge deal. They're good enough. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick this right in the oven for about 20 minutes. And I'm gonna turn on the other oven while this is cooking as well. Ah shit, I might as well show me going in there. Let me open it up. I'm gonna put it on the bottom rack. Or should I put it on the middle rack? No, I'm gonna put it right on the bottom. Let that cook for a while. Go set my timer for 20 minutes. Oh. Fucking, this thing's so difficult. Here we go. And 20 minutes. Now it's gonna be a little loud because I just turned that on, so I'm gonna kind of shout into the microphone. So the next thing we gotta do is start heating up our Italian sausage. So I got a pan over there. I'm gonna open these up. Now I'm just gonna do half of these, I guess. I'm gonna cut them open with the scissors. I'm gonna try and take them out of this wrapping. So I don't need a whole lot of sausage on there, but we need a little bit anyway. One. Alright, can I get it off my hand? Can I get it off my hand? There. Should be 2. Now I don't really care how you make your hot Italian sausage. You can make it whatever way you prefer. I'm just gonna cook it normal, brown it, a little bit of oil. We should be good to go. All right, there's that. We're gonna go get the pan started. I'm gonna wash my hands and then get the pan started. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, I got my hands washed, so we're gonna take this over here. I'm gonna start a little bit of a fire. Go like that, I guess. We're gonna put a little bit of oil in here. I'm gonna turn on the light here in just a second, because I need that on. Probably even put just a smidge more of our oil. And we're just gonna brown up this sausage. See if I can get it in there. There we go. I don't need that part. And what should I'll use these tongs, I guess. Probably something better I can use, but we'll use the tongs for now. And we're just gonna brown these up really nice. See if I can break it apart a little bit. Definitely would be better if you could already get it pre-grounded instead of this, but if they were out, they were out. I personally like the mild sausage a bit more, but you know, it is what it is. We'll probably break it up really good near the end too. Whoop. Fuck! Don't worry, cleaning guy will get that. And we're carnivores. We don't mind the big pieces of sausage when it goes on the pizza. So I'll be alright with this size. Yeah, I'm thinking this is done. They all look pretty good. Turn that off. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit here on top of the stove. Shouldn't need to cook much longer. It should be mostly done. And we're just gonna wait, like I said, another 8 minutes or so for the pizza in there. All right, it's been 20 minutes, so we're gonna take a look. It's not as brown and crispy as Jack's is, which is not surprising to me, honestly. Let me grab a glove and take a look at it. So wiggling up a little on me. It looks like the bottom's cooked, but the top didn't get cooked too well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put this top in the pizza oven real quick. All right, we're actually gonna do the top of this real quick in the pizza oven itself, which I should have just cooked it in the pizza oven to start with, but we'll put that in there for, you know what, we'll put it on the other side. So I can brown this top and hopefully cook the bottom a little bit. But it looks a bit eggier than Jack's does. So we'll just put it under there. I guess that's not a really good oven for cooking stuff like that. But I'll crisp the top and the bottom a little bit, and then we'll do it again when we put the toppings on it too. So I'm gonna call it like this for right now. The top is actually, you know, pretty eggy, all things considering, versus like crusty. So that's that should be all right. Hopefully the bottom's not burnt from sitting in there too long, but we should be fine. So the first thing we're gonna do is, if you wanted to, you could add cheese and sauce, like sauce or a buttercream sauce to it, but we're going keto and carnivore, so none of that shit. So we gotta add Parmesan cheese first. See if I can get this open. I think I'm getting it. There we go. All right. I'm gonna do a layer of Parm cheese first. Try not to spill everything everywhere. Okay. And we're gonna do our mozzarella cheese. Now I have really heavy cut mozzarella cheese, so I don't have to use as much, but I'm gonna use quite a bit still. You can see mine wiggles. I don't think Jack's wiggles around. There we go. Then we're gonna put on the pepperoni. Go really heavy on the pepperoni. You gotta love it. I know I do. And if you had the bigger pieces of pepperoni like Jack does, you could get done a little quicker. But the main flavoring for this is going to come from the grease from the pepperoni and the grease from the sausage, which I'm going to get the sausage here in just a minute. All right, there's all the pepperoni. Let's bring the sausage over here. That slightly over, and I need this use this. I don't need those on anymore, which they should be going off. Lights off. There we go. Take a spoon here and we'll get our sausage, and we'll coat this really well with the sausage. We'll probably just pour it. I don't know how much of that grease and oil I want in there. Actually, I just made just enough sausage, I think. I think it's perfect. Fuck it, I'll just pour it. I ain't scared. Put that grease right in there. Perfecto. Spread it around a little bit so you get a piece of sausage in every bite. And then we want to add some more Parm cheese on the top of this, a very heavy layer of Parm cheese this time. A little bit more. Okay, good. And now we want to coat it with our Italian seasoning. There, I got it open. To give it some nice look and color. God, I hate how slow this shit comes out. There we go, that should be good. Now we're gonna put it back in the oven, well, back in the broiler, so for about 3 or 4 minutes, so we can get the top all crisped up. So we're gonna put it over here. And I'm gonna let it rest for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna try and take this bad boy out. All right, my big pizza oven's still cooling down. Let's see if I can get this out of here. It don't feel too stuck, surprisingly. The cheese is obviously a little stuck on the side. That's not a big deal though. Try and get it around as much as I can. Yeah, it feels like it should pop out relatively easily, but I've said that before, and it doesn't always work out for me like that. I've decided there's no way I'm getting this out, so I'm just gonna cut it right inside the pan. Cut it into 6 slices here. There, and we'll see if I can get like a couple of the slices out. That might be the easiest way to get it. Oh, it's just crumbling underneath. Ugh. Oh god, it just crumbles. Let's see if I can get this piece a little bit easier. Okay, that one will come out. This is exciting. This one will come out so I can pretend like this is the regular piece I'm gonna eat. Let me try one more paper plate here. Move this in the back. Please come out one piece. Fuck. Whatever. This will be close enough. All right, I'm gonna go in the back and try it. I'll just use a fork if I have to for the rest. All right, it didn't come out as nice as I thought it would. Well, Jack's looks a little nicer and comes out in a whole piece of pizza, and mine did not. So we'll just, I'll try and pick it up, but I don't think I'm gonna be, I'm not gonna be able to pick it up like a pizza. My bottom isn't like super crispy, but it's brown. So this is more like an egg dish on my ends. So I'll give it a shot though. It smells good. So we'll eat it with a fork. Lots of heavy cream cheese flavor. I mostly taste the cream cheese and the eggs and the spiciness from the sausage. I'm not really getting too much of the yogurt. A little of the like smooth consistency, but it's mostly like eggy in my hands, unfortunately. I'm not a huge fan of this. It's okay. Like, it's definitely edible, but it's not pizza, and that could be just the way I made it. I got some water in my eyes. Sorry, hang on. It could just be the way I made it. I don't know, my oven's not good enough for this kind of thing, which is partially true. The top looked really nice, though, but it's mostly just an egg dish instead of pizza, in my opinion. But it's like relatively tasty, but it is not pizza. So big ups to wherever Jack got this recipe from. It's not the worst. But I won't recommend you go out of your way for it. It's fine though. I grabbed another plate of it. I finished that one, but you know, thinking more about it, I think it's because I didn't wait long enough to actually try and eat it. Or let it cool, I should say. I usually eat pizza right out of the oven, so it's a bad habit for me, and I'm pretty hungry, so I just kind of grabbed it. I think if I would have let it cool for a while, which I have a couple pieces in there I can let cool and see what happens, it'd probably be a little bit more pizza-y texture where you could pick it up and everything. But I'm not patient enough for that. I just had to pick it up and go. So after letting it sit for a while, it finally picks up like a piece of pizza. So you gotta let it sit for like 10-15 minutes or so, and then it'll be just right. Don't try and take it out and eat it immediately like I wanted to.